Blessings and salutations. My name is Yarima Karama here with Real Life, Real Talk. So, wanted to hit on a few things. I've been corresponding with a couple younger brothers who have been talking to me on type of a wanting me to kind of be like a mentor and expressing some ideas and going over some things about uh, how they feel personally about the state of not only the U.S. and the world, but the state of Black America. And uh, I think it's important. Outside of that, I've also been corresponding with another brother. Uh, Shout out to Cosmo. We're going to get to that in a minute. But with these young brothers that I'm currently, and there's a few sisters in there as well. College age, young, astute, brilliant minds, and we're having these conversations. And the one thing that I did gather from the whole thing, and I really wanted to talk about this, was that uh, a resounding theme that kept coming up, and I get it. The resounding theme that kept coming up was, well, you know, there's no real Malcolm X's or Martin out here. And it's kind of like we need that. And this was kind of what they were telling me. And my position is that uh, at the end of the day, and this is what I'm trying to express to them, at the end of the day, when we look at these two dynamic men, uh, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. At the end of the day, there were people that played a role. For one, there were people that played a role behind the scenes that helped catapult these two gentlemen to the positions that they were. Not that they weren't strong men to begin with; they were both great leaders. I tend to have my preference one over the other. I'm more of a Malcolm X type myself. But with that said, uh, uh, at the end of the day, they were both needed. They were both needed. And so, what I'm trying to express to uh, our younger brothers and sisters is that if we're sitting back waiting on a leader to come, it's not going to, we're starting off wrong. We're starting off wrong if we're sitting back waiting on a leader. Everybody has to do their part. And that's one of the problems with us as a people. We're always looking for that one leader. Whereas other groups, it's like cultural instinct. They move. They don't need anybody to let them know. The Jews don't need a leader to let them know when there's something or someone who's acting in an anti-Semitic type fashion. They don't need a leader to tell them, this person's anti-Semitic, let's challenge this. It's automatic, it's instinct. And that's kind of where we have to be as a people. We have to stop looking for leaders. I think J. Edgar Hoover, there was a statement made something to the effect of, there will never be another black messiah, talking about after Malcolm and Martin. And up to this point, they've tried to make that a reality. So I think that it's imperative for our not only survival, but for our well-being and for our progressive move forward as a people, as a nation. Uh, we have to start those things instinctually that we know as Black people. We have to start going with that because waiting on a leader, you'll be dead. So, and with that, been corresponding. This brother, powerful brother, we've talked on the phone, and we're building. But brother came up with a brilliant idea that he wanted shared, and I sat back and was thinking about it myself because I'm in a transitional phase myself, which I'm going to talk about probably here within the next week or so. I just want to solidify some things, share a few things with you on the journey that I'm going through, and one that Dr. Boyce wanted me to share as well. But I'm going to wait on that. But this one kind of coincides with what I'm talking about, and it's called the All-in-One Black Stop and Shop. And Brother presented the idea like in every city, we should have an established building structure where you can go do all your shopping, sort of like you would the mall, but these are black entrepreneurs getting together, putting their stuff in one place so that all in one black stop and shop, you can get everything you want at this particular place or facility or what have you. And we need to do that in every major city, every urban area. I was doing some driving earlier through the city, and just realizing that we have to put action to the talk, man. We have to put action to the talk, and we have to get the regular people, man. The regular people who are suffering. And that's what I'm about. The regular people who are suffering on a daily basis, who are going through it on a daily basis and might not know. So I'm driving through the city and you see still seeing the Asian shops, still seeing the Indian shops now, the guys from India who are setting up their not only grocery stores but their gas stations and that sort of thing. And to a certain extent, it's kind of disheartening because our community is always the first community that they come to set up shop. And when you have a Jewish philosophy that says that African Americans or black people are like liquid, they're liquid money because they get money and it's like water. It just pours right through their hands and into ours, talking about theirs. That's a problem. And so kind of going back and forth here with the all-in-one black stop and shop, as well as the young group of men and a few ladies that I'm doing some mentoring with, kind of going back and forth. The revolution entails that we need that everybody is doing something. It's not just one. Our problem is not just one solution. There's a few different things that we're going to have to do. Economics is one of those things. Economics, building that base. And, we have to also remember that when we're talking about building an economic foundation, when we're talking about building our own, there are some protections that we have to have go with that, because we know what happened to Black Wall Street, what happened to Rosewood, all these different communities that were building and then got destroyed. And then after they get destroyed and everything is taken and abolished, then we're called lazy and all of that. So we have to make sure that we get security to protect our established businesses. But this all-in-one black stop and shop, this would entail food. It would entail clothing. It would entail shoes. It would entail CDs, DVDs, books. It would entail everything that basically is needed, arts and crafts. Those things that are essentials for our survival, the needs, but also the wants as well. The things that you would go into other shops to get that you might not be able to find because this shop is over here. This shop is over here. You might not want to go that far. Or there might not even be anything in the community that you can go to spend your money. I know I find myself quite often wanting to spend with black business, and in many cases they're just difficult to find, or they're off in some cubbyhole type area to where you're like, oh, the location is just, So we want to, and this is just an idea. We're actually also looking for feedback, want to have a discussion, dialogue about this, because this is important. An all-in-one black stop and shop. And how we can refine this idea. We want real estate people to get involved in this. Black real estate investors. We want black entrepreneurs. We want business people to get involved in this, to get their feedback. This is something that we can work on. I'm constantly out here working. I'm constantly out here in the community, like they say, in the hood where it's good, because we want to make it better. And those are the people that are starving, man. Those are the people that need it. Those are the people that need the lift. A lot of times they got great ideas, but they don't have anybody to give them to. And it lends to a sense of despair, to where sometimes they give up. And our true fighters, they continue to fight. So we have to support, man. We have to support. And when these ideas are out here, I'm looking for feedback. I don't have all the answers, so I'm just looking for some feedback, input, how we can take this idea, an all-in-one black Stop and Shop, how we can take this idea and make it better, how we can build upon that, and how we can introduce some innovative ways for our youth to get out and be proactive and stop looking for that savior. Stop looking for that savior. White Jesus isn't coming. So let's stop looking for that savior. Let's be that savior that we're looking for. And once we start tapping into self, the importance of tapping into who we really are, once we tap into that, we'll start seeing God. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you that. Once you start tapping into that spirit within you, because we've been taught to look outside of ourselves and find that salvation and that happiness out here. That starts within here. If you can't get it from within here, what's in here is a mere reflection of what's out here. So you have to dig deep within yourself. It's like that egg. You crack the egg, then you get down to the white part, then you get down to that yellow yolk. That yellow yolk, that's the spirit. And we have to crack through that egg, through that concrete that's built up within us, and get down to that yellow yolk, that spirit, man. And then we'll start manifesting. You'll start manifesting. It's clear intention. And I have a little bit longer to talk about that as well from the spiritual aspect. Some of the things that get me through, because I'm going through some trying times right now, as a matter of fact. But my belief, my system says I know the universe got me. So I go through trying times because we learn from the cradle to the grave, and we continue to grow. We continue to expand. You have to go through something in order to do something. So my name is Yarima Karama. Hit back, lend some comments. Like I said, for real estate investors, doctors, lawyers, anybody. If you're an entrepreneur, you got some ideas about this, hit back. We're trying to build a nation, man. We're trying to build a nation within a nation that don't really care about us, man. So hit back, give your comments. Peace, blessings, salutations. I'm out. One.